Alright, welcome back to another episode of Tabletop Ops. We're playing the number 6 mission, Cauldron. We've actually got up to 1,500 points. We've got some early Christmas gifts. Yep. So my brother got a whole bunch of more infantry. He got some anti-tanks, has some artillery somewhere. He got an extra tank. I don't know if you can see it. It's this one right here. It's the what? 76 millimeter?
76 millimeter trimmer.
So it's pretty disgusting. And so this is how we set it up. Different table quarters. He deployed all of his. He deployed a platoon of tanks and a platoon of infantry. And then he kept his anti-tank in for the immediate ambush, and then put the rest of his pieces off. And then I have 5 platoons, so I kept 2 on. I have a platoon of Panzer IVs, and then just 2 squad platoon of regular infantry. The rest of mine are off the board. And so this is turn 1. The defenders get the first turn, and so Dave's going to go roll for his air, and then we're going to go from there. So we will let you know what happens at the end of turn 1. Alright, so end of American turn 1. It's pretty nasty.
For the Germans, at least.
For the Germans. My brother Dave held his anti-tanks in reserve in the ambush, immediate ambush, and then popped them out there, and then unleashed on my tanks. Ended up bailing out 2 and destroying 3. So, pretty nasty. My infantry team took some fire, some artillery, or some mortar fire, but they're still okay. So they're just gone to ground, I think. So anyway, so it's top of it's the German turn 1. And we'll see what reserves come in, and we'll see if I can get back in the game. So we'll come back in a bit. Okay, so this is ridiculous. My tank saved, but I couldn't get any bailed out to come back in. These guys are still gone to ground.
Pinned.
They're pinned
mortars over there.
by the mortars. And then I rolled for reserve, got a reserve, brought in my tanks, 20 shots with machine guns at this platoon. 10 hit. Then he rolled and saved on all 3 of these. These 2 had 2 wounds, and he rolled a 5 and a 6 and a 6 and a 6. And then so I killed 1, and that was it. So
pretty good roll.
It was disgusting. I was disgusted. So anyway, so we're gonna move on to American turn 2
and destroy the Germans.
And we'll see if he can just finish off all my tanks. So we'll keep you posted. All right, here we're gonna roll. Well, we don't roll dice turn anyway. So it was American turn 2, and it is 1,500 points. It's just a lot of shooting, a lot going on. So these guys shot and actually only got 3 hits. I managed to save his, and then he died, so he's gone. And then he got some air support to come in. They ended up bailing out, and then he brought his tanks, swung his tanks around, because originally they were over there, gonna come around to get the infantry. And now he brought them back, swung them around, shot, and ended up destroying 1 tank. So it's now German turn. I have to roll to make sure he stays in the game, and then we'll roll to see what kind of reinforcements I get, and maybe I'll be able to start turning the tide. So, all right. So the Germans are officially pissed. I got 5 hits, 3 chances to destroy, and I rolled 3 2s, and then I bailed out the other guy. So all 4 of his tanks are bailed out. Then I rolled to fire these 2 tanks. And his commander, 3 ups, rolled 2 more 2s. That's 5 2s and 6 dice. So, pretty ticked. Ended up killing 2 machine guns with my tank. Then my infantry really didn't do anything. But it is now the American's turn, and he better freaking miss all of his stinking rolls to get back in. That's all I can say. So, on to American turn 3, and we'll go from there. Alright, well, it's the end of American turn 3. It's as good as I could hope, since he freaking passed all of his, get back into his tank rolls, or whatever crap you call them. So, then he pivoted his guys around, his anti-tank, to shoot at my Stugs, which he blew up one and bailed out the other. And then they ended up bailing out 2 more of my Panzers. So it's looking pretty grim. I'm pretty sure I'll get the last of my reinforcements, but as to what happens after that, we shall see. So we'll keep you tuned in. That's right, I finally got some justice. So I got back in all my guys, and then I just unleashed on their tanks. Ended up destroying all 3. My Stug was the MVP of that round, at least, because he took out his 76mm tank. And so he's got 1 tank left, and it's bailed out. It's his turn 4, and so we're going to see what happens. He's probably going to start bringing in more troops, and so we'll see what happens from here. So, on to turn 5.
I think so.
All right. So Dave put a hurting on my infantry. He realized that that they shoot across. They don't shoot at an angle like that. They shoot. That's their front. And so he was able to shoot my tanks. He blew up another one, so I'm down to 3.
Planes have yet to do anything.
Planes really haven't done much. And then, like I said, he put a hurting on my infantry. Ended up taking some out. He uses machine guns on his transports, and then ended up shooting and charging with his infantry. So it's my turn. It's turn 6.
Turn 5.
Turn 5, man. Turn 5, and so we'll see. Hopefully, I'll get my infantry in, and then we'll go from there. I don't know what we're going to do with when his artillery starts pounding us. So just kind of hanging by the skin of my teeth right now. So we're going to move on to turn 5. Okay, so yeah, you notice that there's a lot less space over here, or a lot less people taking up space. So I finally took care. I used 3 tanks and my 3 machine guns on my transports to finally take out his stupid anti-tank. So that's basically all I did. I think I killed 1 guy here. Oh, and then my Stug finished off his tank platoon. So his tank platoon is now gone. So it's now it's top of turn 5 for the Americans. I was wrong. So we still have 2 turns before I can even think about winning this game or losing it. And so, but that's really all that's happened. Dave now has. We're gonna do like a tally it up. Dave now has his artillery in, and he still has this platoon of infantry. I have this platoon of infantry that came in at the beginning of the turn, or the first beginning of the game, that's barely hanging on. My last man from this tank platoon. Then I have these guys just came on last turn. I have 3 out of my 5 in this tank platoon, and then I have 1 out of the 2 in my Stug platoon. So I've got 3 platoons for easy pickings. And Dave still has 2 humongously big infantry platoons to bring onto the field. So we'll see if I can just make a rush and kind of clear out the middle, and we'll see what happens on top of turn 5 for the Americans. The last couple of turns have been really quick. David consolidated his infantry into this building, just been hammering them away. He has all of his infantry up. This big horde of infantry is moving up as fast as they can. And his artillery are just trying to whittle us away as his infantry move up. So the thing is contested. It is top of American turn 7, and we'll see what happens. See if he can peel me away, or see if I can finally stop his infantry and claim the victory. Excuse me. All right. So I ended up giving up. He ended
up losing.
No.
He lost 3 platoons.
All right, here we go. Okay, yeah, I would have lost.
You don't have a company commander.
I do too. Oh no, he was in my tank.
Yeah.
That's right. So I ended up losing. Lost 3 platoons and lost my company commander and his second in command. So after losing more than half my platoons, I can't roll, so I lost. It was really pathetic. My Germans went in and charged, and he shot 6 shots and got 4, and then all 3 of my guys died. the guys who charged. And then my other tank platoon finally ran away. So it was pretty bad. What I would do different, I don't know. I couldn't have kept my tanks away. What I probably should have done is just brought in my infantry. But you know what I'm saying, you never know. He did really good in the beginning with his his anti-tank, and I didn't realize how much of a pain in the butt they are to kill. And so anyway, I don't know what I would have done different. It's first mission. What is it? The Cauldron mission for me. So just some crappy rolling. Finally got some better luck, and it's pretty dismal. Dave is gross. I don't know if this is the best mission for a tank army, but Dave was saying that it's a pretty bad mission for infantry. So anyway, Dave, anything you do different?
Just forgot to use bocage as cover, so I brought my tanks in and let them get shot at instead of putting them behind the bocage, so he could shoot at me, but I would be concealed and have bulletproof cover and everything. But that's pretty much it. Other than that, just what Ben did, I had to kind of react a little bit to it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and I remember now that that they shoot large bases, gun teams. They shoot crosswise, like we said.
Yeah. So he could have probably shot before.
I could have shot before and
shot more.
Had more targets.
More targets earlier, but anyway, all in all, it was a good game. I pretty much was almost destined to lose at turn one. I just
dice wise, yeah.
And those tanks, they just you can't. I mean, you lose 4 in one turn, and it's pretty decimating. Anyway, but it was a really good game. We'll have to play some other missions, and once I get my paint, I got my infantry finally painted and pretty much flocked, and so now I'm going to move on to my tanks. Hopefully they'll be quicker, just because I'm doing like an early war German paint job, so they'll just be gray with a little bit of brown camouflage anyway. But Dave's army, it really is a beautiful looking American army.
No, really.
He did really good. I mean, he didn't do a lot of detail, but he did all the base paint, and I mean, it just looks really good. Anyway, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know this wasn't as good as we normally do. Not that we're professionals by any means, but anyway, so stay tuned, and hopefully within a week or two we'll have another battle report.
And be fighting in bocage.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be making a whole mess load more bocage, and it'll be more that tall.
It'll look nicer.
And it'll look a lot nicer. So anyway, so hopefully we'll have a bocage field we can play with. So anyway, stay tuned.